Hello, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to release week for Castle of Cards and Shadows. My book. Eee! It's so pretty. I literally cannot stop staring at it. I love it. It feels so good in my hands. It's so big. If you would like to grab a copy of your own, the link will always be in the description down below, but especially this week because it is release week. And the more copies sell during release week, the better, because that tells Amazon that it's a book that they should push to more people because a lot of people like it. So if you would like to help me out, then I would be extremely appreciative, especially if you wanted to leave a review. You would have my utmost gratitude for the rest of my life, forever and always. So I wanted to answer the question today of what's next for me? What am I gonna do now that my baby is out in the world, now that I'm done with it, hands off? What am I gonna do with myself? What am I gonna do with my life, right? And indeed, what does a writer do when the writer's work is done? And the simple answer is I'm gonna keep writing. So I don't think that I could ever be silenced. I can for a while, as I went over in one of my other videos this week. I have been silenced for a while before, but you can never hold me down for too long. So I will always go back to writing no matter what. I've been writing since I was 11 years old. And I remember once I was through my phase of I want to be an astronaut, I want to be a ballerina. Once I was past all of that, I wanted to be a writer. And ever since then, it's never changed. I've always wanted to be a writer ever since then. So I have been working night and day, very, very hard on Castle of Cards and Shadows and everything related to it. I've been doing there's a ton of admin when it comes to indie publishing just in general. There's a ton of admin and just a ton of different stuff you have to do. So I've been working really hard. Even after I was done with the book, I was doing a lot of other stuff. So including filming my release week content and coming up with it and all of that. So it's been a lot of work, a lot of fun work that I love to do, but a lot of work. And so I am going to be doing my writing reset, which for me is just cleaning my entire house top to bottom. So that's number one. That's my first thing that I have got to get done now that Castle of Cards and Shadows is out. Another thing is I have been neglecting my health 100%. I have not been exercising. I've been butt in chair a lot for the past, I don't know, I guess year actually. I've been feeling the effects as well. I'm extremely unhealthy. I'm tired all the time. I eat the wrong things and I don't take the time to make good food or anything like that. I just grab whatever is readily available. So I do want to focus on my health a little bit more now that this book is out. And so I will be taking a little bit of a break from writing for a while just to get that stuff taken care of and to get myself on a good routine again. But once that is done, I do have some ideas for what I want to write next. And that's what I'm going to discuss with you right now. So if you read this book, there is a really good opportunity for me. And I think you'll know if you read it. I'm pretty sure you'll know who I'm talking about. But there's a really good opportunity for me here to write a companion novel to Castle of Cards and Shadows. And I actually even already know what I want to call it. And I've almost got it all plotted out as well because I thought of this months ago. But there's a really good opportunity for me to take one of the characters from this book. I will not say which one. I want you to read it and I want you to guess which character I'm going to be writing a sequel for. And if you guess right, maybe I'll give you a prize or something because it would be really fun. But there's a super good opportunity for me here, and I don't think I can pass it up, to write a marriage of convenience story. I'm extremely excited. I absolutely love that trope where someone has to marry someone else purely for convenience, and then they of course end up falling in love over the course of the story. So I've never written that trope, and I would absolutely love to, and I have a really great opportunity to do so and make it a companion to this book. It wouldn't necessarily be a sequel. I guess it would, because it would there would be some overarching stuff too, with the kingdoms that would be kind of a continuation from here. So I guess I could call it a sequel or a companion novel, but it wouldn't even necessarily have to be a novel. It could also be a novella. I'd probably plot it as a novella just to make sure that I'm not overcomplicating it like I did when I was plotting this to begin with. So I'm serious though. I do want somebody to guess who they think the character is, and it would be so cool if someone guessed. My other idea that I have is super exciting as well, and that is for a series, a new series of interconnected standalones. And the genre would not be fantasy. It would be historical romance. Clean historical romance would be the genre. And it would be set in old London. so like London at the end of the 1800s. And there's a very special twist, actually. There would be a recurring character in this series that would help the main character of each book to solve a mystery. And that recurring character would be Sherlock Holmes himself, the consulting detective. So the character Sherlock Holmes is actually in the public domain, and that means that I can use him in any of my works, and there would be no copyright problems. So that gave me a really good idea. I absolutely love Sherlock Holmes, and I think it would be so cool to have a series of, like I said, interconnected standalones, and each one would follow a different couple, and there would be a mystery at the center of each novel, and the consulting detective himself would help the main characters solve it. And then, of course, the main, like the leading lady and the leading male love interest would get together at the end. So it would be like a mystery / romance historical series. I think it would be so cool to call it Brides of Baker Street, because they could all live like on the same street as Sherlock, and that's how, like, you know, like everything would kick off. Like, oh yeah, I know this detective who lives on the same street as me, he's famous, you know, I'm gonna go to him, type of thing. So I have no idea. Beyond that, I have absolutely no idea what I'm gonna do. That's just the inkling I have. I wanted to share it with you because I think it's so cool. I'm not afraid of sharing it. Ideas are really a dime a dozen. So, like, you know, the way I would write this series would be a lot different than the way someone else would write it. So I'm not like precious with my ideas. I just wanted to tell you that I think that I'm probably going to start plotting that series sometime soon because I'm really excited about it. And I've already talked to my husband about it, and he also thinks it's a great idea. And he had a really great idea as well of making the stories be like fairy tale retellings in and of themselves. So obviously, like, not fantasy, because it would be like in a real world setting, but kind of like a Victorian style fairy tale retelling, you know, like loose, but with the mystery with Sherlock Holmes. I just think that's such a good idea too. So that would be a cool little element. That wouldn't be like the main like centerpiece of the book, like the, you know, driving force of it, but I think that would be a cool element to add in. Especially to like help me to plot the books out, because as of right now, I have no plots in my head, like no thoughts, head empty type of thing. So I think that like framework of fairy tale retellings, which I love fairy tale retellings. Like I said, this is a fairy tale retelling. I think that would be a really cool like framework to give me some like jumping off points and some ideas for the stories. And my eventual goal is to quit my job. I don't want to be a software tester for the rest of my life. It's not something that I particularly want to jump up every morning out of bed and go do. It doesn't make me excited. Not in the same way that writing does. So writing and all of the like indie author, publishing, marketing, just all of that stuff, that's what I love. That's what I want to do day in and day out, 24/7. And whenever I sit down to do any of this type of work, it's not work to me at all. It's like so much fun. It's literally a hobby. It feels like a hobby. And I would just love to make it my main source of income so that I can just continue doing this and not have to worry about working for the man. So I'm home alone and something just pounded at the wall. I don't know what it was. And there's bugs everywhere. But anyway, those are my plans. And yeah, that's all I have for you today. Let me know if you're excited about those ideas, if you have any ideas of your own, if you think that I should prioritize one story over another. But I'm really excited to start plotting and writing these stories. I enjoy every second of it. It's really hard work, but it's very rewarding. And I'm so proud that the book I've worked so hard on is now out in the world. So like I said, if you want to get your copy, I would be ever so grateful. So you will find that link down below, and I will see you again tomorrow with another release week video. Thanks for watching.